guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Glorious Grace. I know it's been ages, it's been months, it's been seasons, it's been 101 years and counting, and I am so sorry that I was away, but it's been hectic. I've been busy, but a lot has happened. A lot of good things and bad things have happened during this short time span, and I can't wait to share this with you guys. But you know the drill. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe down below, and if you are already a member of this family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As I said, a lot has happened, which I'm not gonna share it now because I just want this to be a short video, because I couldn't afford to let what happened today slip away. I was like, I want to share it with you guys because I want to encourage you guys, especially in this season of exams, that we're all writing exams. Students and learners, we're writing exams, and we're going through the most, but it's okay. We've got this. We can handle this. So I just wanted to encourage you guys. And as I mentioned, a lot of things happened, and another good thing that happened is that God finally answered my prayers. God's timing is the best, obviously. So I couldn't film because the place I was staying in, I didn't have space to film. But now I got my own room. I'm living in a single room. God answered my prayers. I got accepted into on-campus residence. So now I'm living alone, and I got all this space to myself. Okay, so I'll share the testimony with you guys another day, but today I want to share something that's very close to my heart, and let's get on with the video. I hope you guys find something, like get something out of what I'm gonna share with you guys. So today is Sunday, and I slept today at like 2 a.m. in the morning. So I was like, since the service is starting at 9:30, I might as well wake up at like 8 in the morning. 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Did my alarm not ring? Did I wake up? No, I did not wake up. But fortunately enough, at our church we have like 4 services. So we have 2 morning services and 2 evening services. So I decided that I'm gonna attend the second morning service, which I did, because I usually go to church with my friend Aru. So she came knocking at my door at 7 a.m. I opened and I'm like, I'm not going to church, and I went back to sleep. So that moment I told myself that I'm not gonna go to church, and I made an excuse that, you know what, I need to study because I'm writing on Wednesday. Let me just stay and not go to church. But I didn't go to church the 2 last Sundays. So I'm like, okay, you know what, I might as well wake up and attend the 11:30 service. So I woke up at 9. Me waking up at 9, took a shower, dressed up, went to church. I attended the 11:30 service, and I was slumbering, but no, I went to church and I did listen. It was a good service. But that's not what I want to focus on. I want to focus on what happened at the end of the service. So at our church we usually have pastoral praying team. They call them the pastoral team. Yeah, they're the people who stand in front at the end of every service, and if you want to get prayed for, if there's anything you want to get prayed for, you just go to them, talk to them, and they'll pray with you right there. Before I explain what happened today, I just want to take you guys back to a few days ago when I was doing my Bible study, and yeah, let me just did I write it? I think I did. Okay, so I found it. So I did my Bible study on the 24th of October. That was 3 days ago. 3 days ago, just to show you guys that, yeah, I'm not lying. There's the date right there, the 24th of October. And I was reading 2 Corinthians chapter 12, the whole chapter, sorry. But I'd like you guys to please go and read it by yourselves, because it's from 1 to 10. It's not really long, but I'm not going to read all of it. So I'm just going to read starting from verse 8 and then from verse 8 to verse 10, because I just want to focus on the last verse. So he says that 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me, but he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. And then verse 10 says that, this is the one, guys, it's the one. Verse 10 says that is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses. I delight in insults. I delight in hardships. I delight in persecutions. I delight in difficulties. And this is my favorite part. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Guys, I read this, and I usually, if I read something and I'm like, oh my goodness, like if it blows my mind, I usually go to my WhatsApp and I tell my friend Kanye, like I just tell her that, friend, you need to read this, like listen to this. I even send a voice note if I have to, because that is how excited it makes me. Yeah. So she was not online, so I'm like, you know what, I cannot contain this, I cannot leave this to myself, I need to read it to someone else. Did I not go out? I went out to my other friend's room, Aru, and I went to her. I was like, listen to this. I'm like, Aru, listen to this, listen to what Paul is saying. And I read it to her. Then she was just there listening. She was just like, Then she went on Google, not translate, but Google. She went to she went to search for a Venda version. We read it in Venda. It was so, I can't even describe it. Like, because when you read something like this, especially if you're going through difficulties, then you're like, I did not just come to this verse by coincidence. So for me, it was like, wow. Like, I know that I've read this verse before, but not in the way that I'm reading it now. You know when you just read something again and again and you're just like, wow. It's like you got a revelation. That is what happened to me. So we read it in Venda, and it was even more, you know when you read something in your own language, it was like, yeah. So I meditated on that. And fast forward to Sunday, to today, my goodness. As I was saying, the pastoral team, they usually stand in front so that if you want to be prayed for, if there's anything you need to be prayed for, that you can just go to them, you tell them, they will pray with you, for you. So today after church, they did mention that the pastoral team will be in front there, but they weren't. After church, there was no one there. So I kind of like, I hesitated. I was like, let me just go. Like, I don't need to be prayed for anyway. You know, I trust God and everything. Let me just go. And then something just told me to stay. Guys, God works in very, very weird ways. Very, very mysterious ways. Because I was thinking, I was late for the morning service that I usually attend. And I was thinking, no, let me stay. I don't want to go to church anymore. But then something just told me, you know what, you can attend the other service. The 4 services, just attend the other service. So I woke up and I went to church. And there was, guys, my goodness. I was just waiting by the door, waiting to see if maybe there's one person who can pray with me. Because as I said, I was hesitating to stay. I wanted to leave, but then something just told me, no, just stay. Another girl, she came and asked me, are you one of the people who is praying for people, with people? I'm like, no, I'm also waiting to see the praying team, but it seems like there's no one. That time the church is like, the only people who are there are people who are packing up, and our pastor was also there, and a few guys were there. But the rest of the congregation, church was out, so they went outside. So I was just standing there by the door. She came to me, she's like, she asked me what she asked me, and then I'm like, no, I'm also waiting, I need someone to pray with me. And then she was like, okay, maybe let's go and ask the pastor. We went to the pastor, we went to him, we asked him, like, there's no one to pray with people, where's the team? And then he's like, he's so sorry, he apologized, and he's like, he'll wait with us until someone comes. Because I was thinking, the pastor would pray with us, for us, but no, he didn't. So this girl came, guys, my heart. So this girl came, she's like, guys, I'm so sorry that there was no one here to pray with you guys. So she held out her hands. She's like, she's one of the people who pray for people with people. Okay, there's a lot of people, but okay. And then she says her name is Rebecca. Shout out to you, girl. She said her name is Rebecca and she wanted to pray with us. So I was like, okay. The other girl who came and asked me if I'm one of the people who pray for people, she can go first, like she can pray with her first and then I'll go after. And she's like, no, it's okay, we can pray together. What she said, it like I was my goodness. So she introduced herself and then she asked our names, and then the one girl said her name was Karabo and I said my name is Langa, right? Because yeah. So she first asked Karabo, what do you need me to pray for? And then she said her part. And then Rebecca related to that because she went through the same thing that Karabo wanted to be prayed for. Like she wanted, she's in 3rd year, so she does not know the majors that she's gonna do next year. So Rebecca, she was doing her honors, so she went through the same thing. She didn't know what to choose, so she just wanted God to like help her, give her peace and help her choose what major to do for her honors program. She came to me and then it was my turn to speak, and then she's like, what do you need me to pray for? And then I said, I just want peace when I'm going through my exams. Then she asked what I'm studying. I told her. She asked Karabo what she's studying. She told her. And I told her that I just want peace because I feel so overwhelmed, especially because of my exams. I feel so overwhelmed and I don't know how I'm gonna manage so much work in a short period of time. And I just wanted peace and the whole God to help me go through this. She's like, I totally understand. I've been in 2nd year before. I feel you. I know where you're coming from. And the funny thing is, I told you guys, God works in mysterious ways. She was telling us that, she was encouraging us. She was saying, God knows that even before he made you, he knew that you were gonna write this exam. It's not by mistake that you are here. He placed you here. Therefore, he's gonna give you the resources to go through whatever that he puts you through. Even if you feel overwhelmed, nothing is too overwhelming when you're with God. Like the short period of time that I'm talking about with God, please, with God. She was telling us that it was so nice. I was so encouraged, and I even started crying. I started crying because she said, okay, now this is where I was like, Lord, I see you, God. She was like, 2 Corinthians 12 verse 10. Guys, I was like, that is when I started crying, literally crying, because I was like, this cannot be a coincidence. I cannot have read this 3 days ago and today you are telling me the same verse that I've been meditating on. She quoted it and she said, your strength comes from the Lord. Like, you're not doing this with your own strength. The reason that God brought you to this point is because he knew that this day, Wednesday, I would be writing my first exam. He knew that this moment I would, sometimes the Bible even says that we can plan our own things, but it's God's will that is gonna prevail. So she was saying that God knows that you're gonna write these exams. Like, she even said, this is how she said it, she was like, to God it's not something like, oh no, she's gonna write exams, what do we do now? It's never like that. He knows. He planned it even before he placed you in your mother's womb. He knows that this week, baby girl, you're gonna be writing exams and this and that. She even quoted the verse. That's why I was like, this cannot be a coincidence. I cannot have read this 3 days ago, and now she's telling me that 2 Corinthians 12 verse 10 says, for when I am weak, then I am strong. I was crying, because I'm like, we doubt, because we see things in the physical and then we doubt, like, how am I gonna get through this? How am I gonna write this examination? Like, it's so hard. I know it's so hard. Trust me, I know what you're going through, and I totally understand. From where I am right now, I can see that God is really working, because so many things happened today, and it led me to meeting Rebecca. And it happened in such a way where I didn't want it to happen, in a way that I didn't want to go to church. But look at where I ended up with Rebecca. She encouraged me so much. She mentioned a lot of things. So I just felt like I need to share this with you guys, because with God there is no coincidence. But don't look at the physical. Maybe you need 70% to pass the whole year. Maybe you're in first year, I don't know, maybe you're in grade 12. Whatever you're doing, maybe you need 70% to pass the year, and you just feel like you are unable, you can't, with your own strength, you feel like you can't get a 70% in the final exam, because apparently people are talking, people are saying the final exam is hard, people are saying that this and that and that. But stop listening to what people are saying. You know what, you've written exams your whole life, and it's not the first time you're going to be writing exams. It doesn't even have to be exams. Whatever that you're going through, whatever situation that you're in, just know that God's hand is at work, because He promised that He will never leave you nor forsake you. He's not going to leave you, and He's not going to forsake you. So don't look at the physical. Don't look at, no, how on earth am I going to get 70%? With God, anything is possible, because the Bible tells us that He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ever think or imagine. All that according to the power that works in you. What power is working in you? The power of God is working in you. So just trust and believe. Trust God. Trust His hand. I wanted to share a testimony with you guys about what happened to me last year, but I will share it some other time. I promise I'll share it some other time. But like, just look at where you've been, look at where you are now. If He carried you from whatever that you were going through, this cannot be the worst thing that has ever happened to you in your life. And trust me, if He did it before, He can do it again. There's a song that says, if He did it before, He can do it again. He can do it again. All you have to do is trust. I know it's so hard to trust, because you're looking at your marks. I'm looking at my marks, and I'm like, God, a miracle better happen. Like, you better do something, because I'm not about to do this on my own. And He's not going to leave you to do something on your own. If He puts you some way so that you can go through something, He's definitely going to give you the resources. He's definitely gonna equip you. So just trust. And yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I was like, I'm not letting this go to waste, because if I keep it inside, if I just keep quiet when I know that I need to encourage someone else, then I'm gonna forget. And I really hope that this encouraged you to see that God works in mysterious ways. I was doing a Bible study 3 days ago on this verse, and today I met someone who quoted the same verse. It's not by coincidence. God is really working. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. And if you feel like someone needs to hear this, please do share the video, encourage them. This is not the end of the world. You've written exams before, or even if it's not exams, whatever that you're going through, you've defeated the giants. And Rebecca also said today that just remember the Israelites, like they were at a dead end. There was a sea, and behind them the Egyptians were coming. And she said that just be still and know that I am God. Like she said that, Rebecca today Rebecca said that God could have sent ships, like boats, for them to cross, but no, he revealed his power. He literally parted the Red Sea. He parted the sea. They walked through it. So if you feel like there's a sea, you need to walk through it. Be still and know that I am God. Literally, be still and just trust God. Pray, meditate on his word. So we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope that this encouraged someone to go through things, whatever you're going through. I really hope that this encouraged you. Just know that God will never stop working. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. He keeps his promises. He keeps his covenants. So yes, I really hope that you guys are encouraged by this. And if you feel like there's someone, maybe a friend, who needs to hear this, share the video with them, like the video, subscribe down below if you haven't subscribed, and thank you so much, guys. Bye.